الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining me. Brothers and sisters, one of the unfortunate byproducts of the COVID-19 pandemic is the suspension of congregational religious services and the closure of masajid. Most mosques in the U.S. are not operational, and even those which are operational are experiencing extremely low attendance rates because of the legitimate fear of exposure and infection. While some larger mosques, which serve affluent communities and are funded by wealthy members, will find it easy to stay afloat during the lockdown, most masajid will experience a very different set of circumstances. Most masajid and Islamic centers rely heavily on the contributions of parishioners, people who attend services, especially Friday prayers, to cover operational expenses like utilities and employee salaries. When there are no services, this source of revenue effectively dries up, putting those organizations in a serious financial bind. The result? The administrators of those masajid, much like managers of many of the country's small businesses, feel compelled to take fiscally responsible decisions and lay off employees, including but not limited to imams. I am personally aware of 3 imams who have been laid off, and I recently saw an advertisement for a fundraiser this weekend for centers and imams in eastern Pennsylvania and parts of New Jersey. This shows, brothers and sisters, that masajid and the imams they employ are in desperate need of community support. Brothers and sisters, the financial impact of this pandemic is very real, and I know some, if not all of us, are feeling it in one way or another. Allah does not, brothers and sisters, Allah does not place a burden on a soul greater than what it can bear, or ask anyone to give more than they can afford. But Allah does encourage us, regardless of our circumstances, to be in the habit of giving. And He says that that is the quality of the pious people of paradise. He says, وَسَارِعُوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة عرضها السماوات والأرض أعدت للمتقين الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء. He says, and hasten to the forgiveness of your Lord and a paradise whose width is that of the heavens and the earth combined, prepared, waiting for the righteous people. Then He goes on, subhanahu wa ta'ala, to explain who are these righteous people and what feature or quality, or with what feature or quality can they be recognized. He says, الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ فِي السَّرَّاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ, those who spend in the way of Allah in times of both prosperity and adversity. The scholars of tafsir have explained the meaning of الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ فِي السَّرَّاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ, those who spend in times of both prosperity and adversity. They say that it means in أيسروا أكثروا من النفقة وإن أعسروا لم يحتقروا من المعروف شيئا وإن قل. When they have abundant wealth, they spend abundantly, and when their means are limited, they still give what they can and never decry, devalue, belittle the value of the charitable offerings their limited means permit them to give, even if it is very little, even if it is only pocket change. They still give, and they never say, oh, well, what's the use? What's the benefit? What is this going to do? They still give. So, brothers and sisters, even though the masajid are not currently operational, they still need our support. And we should and must support them, if we can, with whatever we can. So please reach out to your local mosque, administration, board, or executive committee and ask them how you can make a contribution under the circumstances. Remember, every bit helps, and wealth is never depreciated due to sadaqah. What you give will be taken by Allah and multiplied many times over, and it will be the expansive shade that protects you on the day when there will be no shade, except Allah's shade for those He chooses to shade, or the shade of the charity you gave. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from those who are shaded on the day of resurrection. Make us from those who find it within ourselves, in spite of the difficulties that we may ourselves be facing financially, we find it within ourselves to try to give what we can, no matter how little it is, no matter how insignificant it may seem. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to find it within ourselves to give that, to contribute that, to help these masajid stay afloat, stay functional, until we can return to full functionality. إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.